Hi there, Elizabeth. Well done writing more essays from your IELTS preparation. Let's get right into your correction. Okay, this one is about green energy. You must discuss both views and give your opinion. Let's see what you had to say about it. The issue of whether or not clean energy is the most convenient source, not just for the environment, but also in terms of affordable costs, have grown in importance over the last few decades. Okay, so it's whether, it's spelled wrong. And this should be has grown because it's the issue, etc., 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 has grown. Another topic under debate is if the spur of these alternative energies could lead us to an energy crisis. We don't put a comma after even though, so it should be even though the power supply of renewable energies cannot be controlled by human beings, I largely believe green energy is the path to choose. Okay, so your introduction is nice in terms of its structure, in terms of its content, but as far as its grammar is concerned, it has a few errors. Okay, on the one hand, it could be noted that the greatest advantages of clean energy are both affordability and sustainability. This is primarily because its sources are found in nature, such as sun and wind. Okay. Therefore, fossil fuels, that's how you say this, not fuel fossils, but fossil fuels. So fossil fuel energy is not involved. I think that's a better way to phrase this. Are not involved. Emissions neither. Or you could have said neither, nor are emissions. That's another way you could have said it. For instance, recent research from Renewable Energy Department in Sweden has shown, because research is uncountable, has shown that wind power users have reduced not only their bill expenditure, their energy bill would be better, but also their CO2 emissions at 80%. Therefore, it could be seen how green energy has many advantages such as cost reduction, no S, and renewability. Okay. On the other hand, it should not be forgotten that sources used in clean energy are often unpredictable. Hence, power security may not be guaranteed with a D sometimes. This is due to the fact that atmospheric phenomena cannot be controlled in terms of frequency or quantity. For example, solar panels could be affected by cloudy days comprising power supply. As a consequence, it could be thought renewable power supplies could cause disruptions if other alternatives such as fossil fuel energy was not available. To conclude, even though fossil fuel companies provide certain security in society, clean energy should be the power used widely. No, just pick one, globally, as it is economically and environmentally convenient. It is predicted that governments will increase their funding 5% towards eco-friendly powers. All right, fine. I mean, there were some little errors that I didn't that I already pointed out to you. On the whole, the structure was fine. You covered the issue nicely, so I liked it. I mean, your arguments were solid, so well done. Let's take a look now at your second essay, Elizabeth. So now we move on to your task one, the waste hauling trips. Oh, thank you so much for putting this here. It makes my life so much easier when I actually have the chart in front of me or the diagram. Okay. The bar chart shows the number of journeys made from two rubbish lorries, A and B, in a 3-month period in 2014. Perfect. Yes. In July, there were just 100 journeys made by the, I don't know why you have to call it a dustbin. I wouldn't necessarily call it a dustbin lorry. You could just call it a waste hauler. It's not a big deal. Okay, A, whereas lorry B, you didn't have to say the. Whereas lorry B made around 88 that month. All right? In August, there was a significant increase in the number of trips that truck A and B made. Truck A, without the, increased its trips to around 116 monthly because it reached that number, so it should be 2. While there was around nearly 2 times as many trips as in the previous month made by lorry B. Well, there were as many. What do you mean? As in the previous month. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah. You know, I think this is a really interesting thing here. So I think I would have liked to have really emphasized this. So while truck A had a significant increase, okay, the increase of truck B was remarkable as it more than doubled, or as it it almost doubled, So really kind of emphasizing that, I think, is really interesting. So in September, the trips counted by truck A were around 83, a reduction in number if compared with the last period. Fine. The aforementioned reduction occurred as well in the number of journeys made by the waste hauler, just call it waste hauler, B, whose quantity was minimized to just 100. Overall, it could be acknowledged that, generally speaking, August was the period with the most activity for waste hauler trips. Okay, really, you don't need to call them dust bin lorries. Whereas in July and September, you didn't need a comma here. The journeys made by both lorries A and B were notably lower. So the journeys were. Okay, so don't worry so much about changing these words around. I mean, these are titles, so you really just have to keep them. It's the name of the truck, so don't feel this obligation to to rephrase it all the time. You don't have to. There's other stuff that you should be rephrasing. The things that you should be rephrasing are the actual language of the task. But these are fine. Everything within here is fine to use exactly as it is. I liked the comparisons that you made. It was quite good. Had some problems with articles using the where you didn't need them. But on the whole, this was a nice attempt. I liked what you wrote. Your paragraphing could have been a little different. So, for example, these 3 could have been all together, July, August, and September. So, on the whole, it was a nice job. I liked it. You did a good job. Obviously, there were some little things that I pointed out, but I think these are easily correctable. So I will let you get to it. I will let you correct these essays, add the errors to your error correction list, send back new essays, and keep on writing. All right, so that's the end of this correction. Best of luck with your writing, and I will be waiting to see your next essays.